Hi everybody. Okay, so we're gonna jump on with a smaller video for those of you who are clients and watch the first video for today. I have some other smaller information that we're just gonna accent on the first set of training, and if you've watched the first video today and you're just looking for some additional information, then this will just be like a smaller, quick, a couple of pieces. And if you've watched both, then lucky you, you get a little bit more content. So for those of you who watched the first video today, it was about being available and present in business. And that is a conscious effort that everyone makes to being in their business and ready to make the best of their day. For me, that has over the years kind of become a recipe that I follow. It was a little bit of hit or miss trying to figure out what exactly it was going to take. But I also know when it's not working, when I haven't done the things that I need to do to stay present, whether that is in my relationships with my kids, when I'm coaching, things like that. And even more for those of you who are clients and call me for kind of a on-demand coaching and you need something, many of you have heard me say, yes, I am happy to talk to you, but you might catch blah happening in the background, whatever it is, so that you know that I am kind of distracted, but doing my absolute best to stay present for you. So I just have three things that we'll talk to you in an effort to keep this video short and me from rambling. So the first thing about being present is the acknowledgement of holding space. And I have a couple of clients that we work really hard with holding space. And the definition of holding space is, for a lot of people, just not absorbing people's problems, but holding space that you're there to listen. This is a big personal issue for a lot of people, but in my experience professionally, we can have the same problem. I'll just take that from you. If I take that from you, will it make the issue go away? Will it make the anxiety go away? Will it make the time distraction go away? And then a lot of times it only adds to the problem. It makes the other person feel like your faith in them is that they are ill-prepared to handle what they've brought to you, and in some cases all they're saying is, hey, listen, I'm overwhelmed. So we need to be able to vet that and say, well, why are you having this problem? I have faith in you and I believe that you can handle it, or do we just need to talk about it and it's a strategic issue? So holding space for someone, we need to be able to acknowledge that we are not looking to have our own inner cup filled up, and by taking people's work on, and we can say to them, hey, I know that you can handle this. Or knowing when someone is completely in over their head, we do need to jump up and help. There is a fine line there. But I think that there's in a lot of cases, we run into lifeguard mode or we run into rescue mode, and we don't need to do that. We need to remember that by taking tasks from someone, the message that might be conveyed is, well, I don't think you can do that, so I'm going to do that. We run that risk a lot of times in rescuing people from sales calls too. The other topic is listening versus hearing someone. And I think that when we talk about being present in a professional experience or in a professional environment, also in a personal environment, there's a lot to be said for listening versus hearing. And I know that without being emotionally aware, we all have said to someone, are you listening to me or are you just hearing me talk? And that is probably the number one indicator that we are not present. So if you have had a conversation with someone, or if maybe your kids or your partner, or maybe your best friend, you've been out to dinner with your friends and somebody has said, hello, are you there? That might be a good time to say, hey, maybe I need to check in with myself. And at the same time, if you're in the practice of being present, are you prepared to listen to what someone has to say to you? They could be great things. Like I said, it could be your best friend that you haven't seen in a while and you've taken the time away from your family to have dinner or a glass of wine. It could be that someone needs to confide in you and you need to be there to listen to them. For me, I have a couple of girlfriends that we try to meet. It never happens as often as we want, but my attempt to stay present in those situations is really important to me at this point, because it is so rare that the three of us can get away. Everybody has kids, everybody's got busy schedules, and it's really important that I stay present in those moments, as simple as putting our cell phones away. Everybody has faith in our significant others that they can handle children for those, hour and a half to 2 hours that we're at dinner. And unless something catastrophic happens, it's important that we're all present in that moment so that we can listen to each other. There's some pretty big topics that come up at those dinners, and it would be a shame that we weren't actually listening to each other in those moments. And then the last thing is just kind of a little bit of a tip and trick. And this is probably one of the bigger reasons why I wanted to put out this second video for those of you who have been coaching with us or are looking for a little bit more after the first video from today. And it's the difference between affirmations and aforemations. Affirmations, I think everybody's familiar with them. You can write them down in your journal if you have one, or maybe, I've heard a lot of people, if you have a commute to work, you can talk to yourself through your car ride. I heard a really great tip. If you are a huge advocate of affirmations, for those of us with smartphones, just record your voice and listen to them. If you're an auditory learner, you can listen to yourself say them to yourself over your car stereo. That's always a great one. But affirmations, F-O-R-E, are a great tool, and I will tell you that I used them on my run this morning. The difference is going to be an affirmation as a sentence. I am strong, I am capable. Those are affirmations. Affirmations would be, why can I run this mile at X pace? And what it does is it causes us in the moment to answer ourselves. Because I went to yoga 3 times last week. Because I've been working on my core. Because I know I'm capable. Because this music is awesome. Because I only have a mile left to go. And you will find yourself listing off different things when you start to ask yourself your own question. So maybe go through your affirmations and change 1 or 2 of them to a good question and see what kind of different results you get. It's a great way to boost your identity and see what kind of different results you get. And I can't wait to see what you all think about it. So thanks for listening in on the second video, and like I said, if you have some great successes or you'd like to ping us, YouTube, Instagram at OxygenEQ, Facebook, all the things. And for those of you listening to a second time, that's 2 deep breaths today. And I hope you take a little time to breathe life in. Have a great day, everybody.